The streets of South Jamaica hold secrets that even the fiercest players don't fully understand. Every choice, every betrayal, every hidden connection has shaped the world we know in the Power universe, from Kanan's early days to the rise of Ghost and the chaos of his legacy. Countless questions remain unanswered, leaving fans wondering what really happened behind the scenes. Some of these mysteries have shaped entire lives, while others hint at hidden truths that could change everything we think we know. Today, we're diving deep into 25 of the most puzzling questions from Raising Kanan, Power, and Legacy that still have no answers. Kanan Stark's story begins long before he became the cold, calculating man we saw in Power. His youth was marked by confusion, danger, and lessons he learned the hard way. But even after watching Raising Kanan, there are so many unanswered questions about his upbringing and the people who influenced him. One of the biggest mysteries is who truly shaped Kanan into the person he became. Was it his mother, Raquel, whose strict rules and occasional harshness pushed him toward the streets? Or was it the people he met outside his home, whose lessons were far more dangerous? The show gives us glimpses of Marvin and Lulu, but their backstory is still unclear. How did they get involved in the drug world? And what motivated them to guide or sometimes misguide young Kanan? These relationships feel like they have layers we've yet to see, leaving fans curious about what really happened behind closed doors. Kanan's family life is another area full of unanswered questions. His father is mentioned but rarely shown, leaving us to wonder about the influence or lack of it on Kanan's development. Was his father absent by choice, or were there other circumstances that forced him out of Kanan's life? And how did these missing pieces contribute to Kanan's fearlessness and eventual ruthlessness? Foster care is another critical element. In Kanan's story, the show hints that his time there was formative, but the details are sparse. How did those experiences shape his moral compass, his trust issues, and his sense of survival? There are hints that Kanan's behavior was influenced not only by danger but also by neglect and betrayal, yet the full picture remains unseen. Raquel's choices also raise questions. Why did she make certain decisions that seemed to push Kanan further into trouble? Were they acts of protection, or did they inadvertently set him on a darker path? Understanding her motivations could shed light on Kanan's complex personality. Kanan's friendships and rivalries during his teen years are equally mysterious. We see him interacting with multiple players, but not all of them are explored fully. Who are the real friends and who are secretly enemies? Some characters disappear without explanation, leaving holes in the story and questions about what lessons Kanan learned from those relationships. Another unanswered element is Kanan's early encounters with violence. How much of his fearlessness came naturally, and how much was learned through witnessing or participating in street conflicts? Some moments hint at hidden mentors or unseen influences, but the show doesn't fully clarify them. Additionally, there are questions about how Raising Kanan connects to the main Power series. Some events in his youth clearly impact what happens in Ghost's story, yet the connections are not always clear. Are there secret links between Kanan's early days and the rise of Ghost's empire that we simply haven't been told, even minor? Characters from Raising Kanan seem to carry hidden significance, and fans are left to speculate on whether these figures will appear in future spin-offs or be referenced in other storylines. Lastly, Kanan's transition from a young, impressionable boy to a ruthless player in the drug game still leaves gaps in the narrative. What pivotal moments truly pushed him over the edge? Were there one or two key betrayals? Or was it a slow buildup of experiences and lessons learned in the streets? These unanswered questions keep fans invested and theorizing, making Raising Kanan a series that continues to fascinate even after every episode has aired. By understanding these mysteries, we gain a deeper appreciation for how Kanan's world was built, the challenges he faced, and the dark choices that eventually shaped him into the character we know in the main Power series. Every unanswered question in Raising Kanan isn't just a gap in the story, it's a door to speculation, theory, and a richer understanding of one of television's most compelling antiheroes. even after the original Power series and its spin-offs. Many questions about the origins of the Empire and the untold stories of the characters remain. One of the most puzzling mysteries is who truly orchestrated the rise and fall of Ghost's empire. While we see Tariq and Ghost clash with rivals, there are hints of unseen players, shadowy figures working behind the scenes to manipulate events in their favor. Were there people in Ghost's inner circle whose loyalties were not as they seemed? Characters like Cooper and Tommy show us that alliances can be temporary and fragile, but the full extent of their motivations often remains hidden. Tariq's transformation is another point of curiosity. Watching him evolve from a young man struggling with his father's legacy to someone who can navigate deception, danger, and murder leaves fans wondering how much of this was natural talent and how much was influenced by secret guidance from unseen figures. Are there teachers, friends, or enemies in his past that pushed him toward darkness in ways we haven't yet learned about? The early partnership between Tommy and Ghost is another area full of unanswered questions. Their loyalty and friendship seem deep, yet there are moments when secrets and misunderstandings hint at hidden agendas. Did Tommy ever suspect Ghost of keeping crucial truths from him? Were there events in their early days that shaped their future conflicts in ways the series has not yet revealed? Hidden manipulations extend beyond the main characters. Legacy and spin-offs tease viewers with characters who appear briefly, disappear, or act in cryptic ways, leaving fans to wonder about their true roles. Why did certain characters survive when others didn't? Was it luck, planning, or secret deals that kept them alive? There are mentions of mysterious figures, coded messages, and unexplored backstories, like references to Devon or other unnamed players. That suggests the universe is far more interconnected than it seems. Another major question is how the events in Raising Kanan tie directly to Ghost's world. We know Kanan's decisions and experiences shaped him into someone ruthless enough to impact Ghost's rise, but the exact connections are vague. Are there moments, conversations, or betrayals that link Kanan's story to the formation of Ghost's empire in ways we haven't yet pieced together, beyond the obvious criminal plots? The Power universe is filled with emotional mysteries. Ghost, Tommy, and Tariq are not just players in a drug empire. They are people with relationships, secrets, and regrets that sometimes influence their actions more than ambition or greed. For example, how much did Tasha's knowledge or lack of knowledge affect key decisions? Did unseen emotional truths push characters to make life-altering choices that the audience never fully saw? Power Legacy also leaves open questions about the next generation and the cycles of influence. Will Tariq truly continue his father's legacy, or is he setting his own path that might eventually collide with the past? Characters from other spin-offs hint at unresolved plots, suggesting that the universe's history is still influencing the present in unseen ways. Even minor details like unexplained disappearances, sudden alliances, or offhand dialogue hint at larger mysteries waiting to be revealed. Fans are left wondering who is really controlling events, who will betray whom next, and what hidden connections tie the stories together. The combination of untold backstories, shadowy players, and unexplored emotional arcs creates a sense that the Power universe is much larger than any single show. Every unanswered question here is a piece of a puzzle, encouraging fans to theorize and rewatch the series for hidden clues. The mysteries of Power origins and legacy aren't just about crime. They are about family, loyalty, betrayal, and the unseen forces that shape the lives of everyone involved. From Ghost's empire to Tariq's choices and the secrets of side characters, the unanswered questions keep the universe alive, giving fans endless reasons to speculate, debate, and anticipate the next revelation. Understanding these mysteries is key to appreciating the depth of storytelling, showing that every action has a consequence, every secret has weight, and the past is never truly gone in the Power universe. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Power universe is how many characters' true fates remain shrouded in mystery. Even after watching multiple series and spin-offs, fans are left wondering what really happened to some of the most pivotal figures. Take Tasha St. Patrick, for example. She was always sharp, calculated, and willing to protect her family at any cost. Yet there are moments where it feels like she knew far more than she let on. Did she fully understand Ghost's secrets? Were there decisions she made that we never got to see but had a major impact on events later in the series? Her knowledge or lack of it might have shaped not just her own life, but the lives of those around her in ways that remain unseen. Cooper Saxe is another character whose loyalty and ultimate intentions are still a mystery. He has been both an enemy and a reluctant ally at different points, yet we never fully understand what drives him. Is he motivated purely by ambition and self? His actions have ripple effects across the universe, but the answers are never fully clear, leaving fans to guess what his ultimate plan might be. Lakeisha Grant's role in the story is equally puzzling. Her connection to Kanan and other characters is hinted at but never fully explored. How deeply was she involved in the early power struggles? And what secrets does she hold about events that shaped Kanan's path? Some of the smaller characters, who appear briefly or vanish without explanation, may hold hidden significance in the broader story. Fans often wonder if these disappearances were just storytelling choices, or if there are deeper connections that the creators plan to reveal in future series or spin-offs. The Power universe is also full of mysterious deaths and sudden exits. Some characters survive improbable events, while others vanish without clear cause. Why did some individuals survive when the odds were stacked against them? Were there hidden deals, secret alliances, or unseen enemies that determine these outcomes? Understanding these fates could dramatically change the way fans perceive the story and its characters. Betrayal is another theme that leaves many unanswered questions. Characters switch sides, form temporary alliances, or act out of self-interest. But the motivations behind these actions are often only partially revealed. Did some betrayals happen because of fear, ambition, or a secret plan we never witnessed? Were there moments where small decisions by side characters had enormous consequences that the audience never OT2C, the Power universe doesn't just focus on crime, it focuses on relationships, loyalty, and the consequences of choices. Some actions are influenced not by strategy, but by hidden emotions, personal history, or unresolved trauma. Who among the characters is truly motivated by love, hate, or revenge? And how have these hidden feelings shaped events in ways that are still unclear? There are also hints of new players entering the universe. Characters from spin-offs and new series are mentioned briefly, leaving fans to speculate about their significance. Could they hold the answers to past mysteries, or are they the catalysts for future conflicts? The interplay between the past and present is central to these unanswered questions. Events from Raising Kanan, the original Power series, and Legacy all connect in subtle ways, and understanding these links requires piecing together hints and gaps left by the writers. For example, who was really manipulating certain conflicts behind the scenes, and which players were acting on their own? Some decisions by major characters seem out of place until you consider the influence of unseen forces, suggesting that there are many more layers to the story than what meets the eye. These mysteries are what keep fans theorizing, rewatching scenes, and debating character motives. Every unexplained action, sudden exit, or cryptic line of dialogue is a potential clue to understanding the deeper universe. The unanswered questions surrounding character fates are not flaws, they are storytelling tools that make the Power universe feel alive and unpredictable. They encourage viewers to look beyond what is shown and imagine the complex web of connections, secrets, and choices that define each character's path, even when the series provides answers. There's always more to uncover, leaving room for speculation and anticipation of what might come next. The fates of characters in the Power universe are a puzzle, and every mystery solved raises new questions. keeping fans deeply invested in the story, its legacy, and the many threads that are still waiting to be unraveled. The Power universe has always been a story of power, betrayal, and ambition. But even as the original series and its spin-offs have unfolded, the future remains full of questions. One of the most pressing mysteries is what storylines the upcoming spin-offs and new seasons will explore. Power Book 5, Force has already teased new conflicts and power struggles. But how will these stories connect to the events of Ghost, Kanan, and Tariq? Fans are eager to know if characters we've loved or feared will return to shape the events of the next series, or if entirely new players will emerge to challenge the established order. Another question revolves around Kanan's legacy. His rise and fall in the streets of South Jamaica left a mark that resonates throughout the universe. But what lasting effects will it have on future generations? Will Tariq, for instance, face consequences that trace back directly to Kanan's actions? Or will he carve out a path entirely of his own, perhaps repeating mistakes that others have already made? The show often hints that the past is never truly gone, and unresolved events from Raising Kanan and the original Power series may continue to influence characters and storylines in ways we can't yet predict. Then there's the question of hidden alliances and unseen players. The universe has always thrived on secrets, with shadowy figures manipulating events behind the scenes. Will these characters finally step into the light, or will new secrets replace the old ones, creating a cycle of mystery and suspense that keeps fans guessing? Some characters have disappeared, survived against impossible odds, or acted unpredictably, leaving viewers to speculate whether they will return, what their motivations might be, and how their presence could shake up the established balance of power. The next generation is another area filled with unanswered questions. Tariq represents a bridge between the old world and the new, and his actions could set the tone for the future of the Power universe. Will he continue down a dark path, or will he attempt to escape the shadows of his family's legacy? The choices he makes could create ripple effects that redefine the story entirely. There are also questions about untapped storylines from side characters. Spin-offs and sequels often introduce minor players whose roles may grow into major ones. Fans are left to wonder which of these characters will rise to prominence and how they will influence the web connections between past and present events. The Power universe thrives on unpredictability and the possibility of new betrayals, shocking alliances, and unexpected deaths keeps audiences deeply engaged. Will past villains return seeking revenge, or will new threats emerge from the shadows, challenging even the most established players? And what about the moral and emotional journeys of the characters? Beyond crime and power, the series has always explored the human side of its players. How will unresolved personal struggles, past regrets, and hidden motivations shape the next generation of characters? Will lessons learned or ignored by previous characters influence the decisions of those coming into power? Every unanswered question about the future also points to potential connections across the entire universe. Could we see crossovers between different series, unexpected alliances, or the reveal of secrets that tie multiple timelines together? The Power universe is unique in how it rewards attentive fans, allowing them to piece together hidden links between characters, events, and past mysteries. Finally, the unanswered questions themselves are a promise. They hint at drama yet to come, conflicts that will test loyalty, and secrets that could redefine everything viewers think they know. The future of the Power universe is not just about who will survive or who will rise. It's about how the legacy of each character will shape the story in ways that are surprising, thrilling, and sometimes devastating. The series has always balanced suspense with storytelling, and as new seasons and spin-offs unfold, these unanswered questions serve as the engine driving fan speculation, engagement, and excitement. They remind viewers that in the world of power, the past, present, and future are deeply interconnected, and that every character choice and secret has the potential to change the game entirely. As fans continue to follow the twists and turns, the unanswered questions ensure that the Power universe remains alive, unpredictable, and endlessly fascinating, leaving everyone waiting for the next revelation. After diving into the mysteries of Raising Kanan, the origins of Ghost's empire, character fates, and the future of the Power universe, it becomes clear that many questions are intentionally left unanswered. These gaps are not mistakes, they are storytelling tools that keep fans theorizing, debating, and fully immersed in this world. One of the most intriguing aspects is how the past continuously shapes the present and the future. Characters like Tariq, Kanan, and even secondary players carry the weight of decisions made years before, some of which are still hidden from the audience. For example, the true influence of Kanan's upbringing or the unseen manipulations behind Ghost's rise might only be fully revealed in future spin-offs. The universe has always been about layers, every betrayal, every alliance. Every secret adds a thread to a complex web that keeps viewers engaged. Unanswered questions serve a purpose. They make us consider the what-ifs of every storyline. What if Kanan had made a different choice as a teenager? What if a character we thought was gone actually survived? Could these unseen events shift the balance of power, revealing that the universe is even larger than we imagined? The series also leaves room for moral exploration. Characters often operate in gray areas, making decisions that blur the line between right and wrong. Questions about their motivations are left open intentionally, asking viewers to consider the humanity or lack thereof behind each action. Why did Tasha make certain sacrifices? Was Tariq driven more by survival or ambition? How much of Ghost's empire was built on careful planning versus sheer instinct?